21 years ago today, I lost best friend and love of my life I've had. And I was out there visiting her grave and talking to her as I do occasionally. And I've recently added her to my Ancestor altar. And I couldn't help but feel that sitting there, I was both sitting in the present, but also sitting in the past with my past self, being there and all the times I've been there before. And the 21-year-ago age to me, what he was going through, and the emotions, and the sadness, and the complexities of a young man not knowing why all of this happened. So for the time that I was sitting there today, I was beyond time itself. I was in a liminal space that transcended years. And sitting in that space, I realized that this is the field that many practitioners of shamans and animistic believers fill in and work in. It's working in the field. It's that place that transcends time, and it's just a place. It's not space, but a place. And that was a revelation to me that hopefully opens up some doorways to my growth, both in knowledge and spirit. That the feeling that you get when you're in the liminal is the space of working magic. Is the space of truth. Because in that space, during that time, I was able to feel and see the past and present holistically. Like I never left. Like I was in all time at once. I didn't dig into kind of the future feeling. That, in hindsight, that's kind of a scary thought when you feel the feeling that I just interpreted. But that was an interesting case that I hope everybody gets to feel at some point, because that changes up the game to how you practice and what you work with. For example, Sigil magic, it was very 2D, on paper, envision what your outcome is, imbuing it into the sigil, do the robo-fish mechanism. All of that has now took a new dimension to it, because no longer is it the two-dimensional sigil hypervisualization menagerie, but now this thing that is here in front of me that I'm drawing is drawn in the past, is drawn in the future. It sits at a level of the field that has the energy and the purpose to direct flow and current to manifest. And that was my takeaway with it. And I think that was a gift from her to me, because also when I presented her on the altar for my ancestry, I lit the candle as usual, and ever since she's been on there, the candle flame has been 2 or 3 inches. And now the scientific reason to that is the wax is burning away quicker than the wick can burn down, and I should trim that wick and be mindful of it because fire hazard. Very logical. But the coincidence, the timing, and the field magic around it is that is her accepting her place on my altar. Because the same candle did not do that when I had other people added to that altar. Only when she was added. So I encourage you to think about some of these things and think about the liminal spaces and how that affects your workings, your spiritual trajectory. Because if you're not working in the field, you're only half doing the work.